Hey, what up? It's John. It's John. This is gonna be what I'm gonna say and everything. It's gonna be basically something that I don't hear from the trans community, from trans guys. But hey, that's the reason why I do vlog, to give a different view, um, of trans guys, because it's not just the standard few views that I've actually seen. So here we go. Sometimes I I'd like to see what it feels like as a woman to make love to another woman, you know? Um, like for me, like as a woman, like in a feminine sense, to make love to another woman and to have a woman actually make love to me as a woman, in the more like fully sensitive and passionate, like beautiful way. Yeah, that's just a thought that, I don't know, like literally like recently, like a few seconds ago I was having. But at the same time, I know I want that same feeling as, as me, as a man making beautiful love to a woman and her making love to me as her man, So it's kind of conflicting, like when I have these moments where I'm just kind of like, thinking and everything. And I mean, obviously, because of the first one, the first little thought, whatever I shared, it kind of makes me question my transness, and it just kind of, um, it really brings about like, okay, well, maybe I can put off wanting tea, or starting the process of speaking to a gender therapist, and getting the process started of taking tea, and put all that stuff off, put the hormone affecting stuff off a little bit longer, so maybe I can meet a woman and have that experience. But then again, it's like, I mean, I don't know, like, put it off. This is basically me. This is basically me sharing, like, again, what I don't hear a lot of other trans guys say. Like, okay, they say, they'll mention, yeah, it's normal. Well, normal. Like, it's decent enough of you as a trans guy to have thoughts and to not be, sure completely, as far as taking tea and everything like that. Yeah, I've heard that. But with, basically they just say that one phrase and they just move on. They don't really talk about how, they don't share personally more in depth of how, their exact thoughts of being unsure about their transness. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically this right here, right now. Hello, that's what this is. This is me sharing more in detailed thoughts. Um, so yeah, going back to the thoughts, it's like, and we're really going to thoughts against, you know, wanting to hold off on tea because of some of the thoughts I have sometimes. I'm gonna say about, God, I'm gonna try to do math here, okay, like in my head. I'd say about 85% of the time, I put myself mentally in that state, and I'm mentally in a state of male. I'm mentally in a state of pure John. Now, of course, being John consists of being clocked and being misgendered, and because of those things, that makes me not necessarily come to terms with, well, yeah, I'll say that it makes me come to terms, and it makes me realize, it brings me back to the reality that I don't have the representation of male. And because I don't, like I said, I get clocked and I get misgendered, and that just, it just, it brings me back to the inevitable truth of what my biology is. And no, it doesn't always feel good, but what I'm getting at is, with me sometimes, with these thoughts of, just kind of really having the curiosity, is it possible for me to actually meet a woman and her to love me and share things and share bonds with me as a woman, or in like any feminine to feminine way, it just, I'm kind of curious about it. Yeah, I am. Like, I mean, it doesn't sound so bad. I mean, know, I'm not sure if this is me, like, just, as a person, just as me, having, and having the desire to want a woman to love me, like, in as, like, in full spectrum, or if this is really, like, from my feminine point of view, wanting a woman to love me and everything. Now, obviously, the very first point I said, wanting a woman to love me and make love to me, from woman to woman, obviously, that's, that is from a feminine to feminine, view. But it's like, I don't know. And like I said, it's like 85% of the time, I'm just living my life on autopilot as John, you know what I'm saying? As like complete male spectrum. I'm represented as male, not legally, but presentation. And like I said, it's only because I'm not completely passable that I get clocked as being a female, and why it's socially still awkward for me to navigate, because I don't know if I made this clear, but sometimes, I walk up to people in certain groups, and yeah, I have said it. I'm in another video. It was called like being rejected by the guys. And I even mentioned how, I can tell like how females, they even socially like reject me like on a dime, you know what I'm saying, on the drop of a dime. But it makes it socially awkward, and it just always brings me back to the reality of, oh yeah, well, they can tell my biological makeup. Even if they're not looking like image of my legs, you know what I'm saying? It just, I know what only makes things socially awkward for me is obviously the fact of my biology and my weak little voice, you know what I'm saying? That's not my fault, it's out of control. But see, and I've also said this before, it's called like the video, what no one in the trans community has ever said, nothing that I've heard, basically brings me into my next point. It's like, if I want these things though, if I want to be fully respected and represented as male in the society, then something's gotta give. Then I have to look more masculine. I have to have, a certain jawline, and I have to have, facial hair. Maybe not a full beard, but, I have to have a little scruff somewhere coming in. I have to have that deep voice. That's what it's all about. My face, like my jawline. I mean, dish out facial hair. I mean, it seems for me, in order to be seen as male in society and respected as male, like right on the spot initially, I have to have that deep voice, and I have to have that, altered jawline. You know what I'm saying? And that's about it. It's not about the muscles or the mustache. No. That deep voice really kills it on the spot. And slightly having the Adam's apple poke through. But see, I can't even have those things unless I do tea. And this is the limitation. Like, I feel like I'm limited. You know what I'm saying? Either I go along with that and I be taken as male, and I'm happy and I'm passing, and there's no more worrying or slip ups, or no more me being clocked and feeling insecure and feeling small, that and ashamed and angry that these people think I'm a female, that they call me a girl and miss and ma'am. There's no more of that. But see, at the same time, it's like, well, couldn't I just learn to live my life and accept myself as a trans guy? But with the body that I have and with the physical characteristics and everything that I have, can't I just be, can't I just go along in life being happy with who I am, like as I am? Like, why do I need to like feel good and have like the extra approval of other people? Why can't I just be a trans guy who loves myself as I am, but yet still know I'm a trans guy? You know what I'm saying? Still have male pronouns and still have my name. And then like, behind closed doors, like on the DL with my woman, sometimes be female, like sometimes be more feminine and everything like that, and sometimes be, have it be okay to be, have my body sometimes referred to in a feminine way, and have me, it's just have me being taken and talked to like in a feminine way, you know what I'm saying, from woman to woman. I don't know, it's like, it's kind of weird. It's just, but see, I don't have access to any of this stuff right now. I don't have access to anything. There's no trying. That like there's no little test button for any of this stuff. It's all in my head, and I can't do anything about it. Like, I don't have opportunity for tea, so it's not like I can take it and then get off it and, you know, make my decision like right now. And the reason why I keep stressing that is, I mean, I'm still young right now. Like, I don't want to follow through with this plan of, like I said, passing as male outwardly and then inwardly still sometimes switching off and being female when it comes to sex and with my woman and, you know, like for lovemaking and everything. And I guess like sometimes a little bit like even romantically, like with my female, with my woman. You know, from woman to woman romantically sometimes, but mainly here and there sexually too. Like it having it be like from woman to woman. I mean, I don't want to waste any time. I don't want to be one of those guys who finally transitions when they're like 35. I really don't. By then, your body is wearing down and your skin's stretching out, and I mean, it's just certain things about your body is starting to fall apart, and it's just I have this image like I want to be able to fucking build muscle, and how can I do that if, you know, by the time I finally get on T and I start finding my health as a male in my male body, by the time I'm 50, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine like this 50-year-old dude with muscles. It doesn't look right, you know what I'm saying? I want the experience. But I'm limited with my age because I can't jumpstart and I can't do certain things. So I can't hurry up and live certain things out to help me fucking make up my mind. I can't do that. And I have to just wait and wait and wait and you know, like what I'm saying right now, well maybe, you know, since I do still have a desire to actually be with a woman romantically as the more feminine woman way, whatever, I guess more like like a lesbian relationship type, where yeah, obviously I'd still be like the harder one, but I could, you know, still be female, I guess, identified as female and everything like that. Just that's still waiting because it's not like I can snap my fingers and that girl's gonna come along who's gonna love me. You know what I'm saying? Because and obviously I want a woman who loves me because if you don't have someone who actually loves you, then I'm not able to make love. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? But I can't snap my fingers. No woman is just gonna fall from the sky. So waiting for this shit could take like 2, 3 fucking years. Um, who knows? It just, and I know it doesn't sound like much, but come on, when you're living it day by day, yeah, it's kind of much. And like I said, I'm young. I don't want to have to wait for this possible experience. You know what I'm saying? And then again, there's the pressure of, like I said, in society. Ugh, I'm constantly, hang on. Oh God. Okay, that's better. God, that is so much better. I had to cough that shit out. I was saying in society, like I said, I want this little thing on the side sometimes. Like, you know, there's like this little desire there. It's small. It's like a tiny little pool, but it's there nonetheless. And what if I never take this chance and then I regret it? You know, what if I go on T and then I've changed so much because I've gotten so much pleasure of the societal aspects and then feeling validated as a man, right? But then there's still the regret I had for not being able to share love between, you know, woman and a woman that I never let myself live out because, you know, I wanted the good feelings of being able to be seen and passing and respected as a man. It just, what if I don't do this and then I regret it? And then I progress so much as a male, like physically, even if I decide to detransition, it's not the same, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be fully there as a female as I guess I am now. I mean, it just, what if I'm never able to actually have that? You know, like, what if I don't live out this, like I said, this tiny little pool of desire, and then it just slips from my fingers and I'll never be able to do it, you know? And I know I actually said a really contradicting thing. I said, what if I'm never able to something without this feminine way, like as I am now. I said something like that like a few seconds ago. Well, that's not right. That little slur or whatever that I said, that wasn't right. That's not what I meant. Wrong wording on my part.